Hi everyone, I'm Mona Marlowe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this video, it's all about the beautiful, the glamorous, erotic, and mysterious Greta Garbo and her signature fragrance that she loved and wore throughout her life. If this is your first time here, I'm all about legendary perfumes and legends who wore them. If that's something you're into, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. A little bit about Greta Garbo. She was um, an enigma that had the whole world mystified in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even up till today. She had a certain mystique and quality that no actress has had ever since, but has been greatly admired by many after. She was definitely an androgynous, private woman who chose to live her life by her own rules. She started out her career moving from Sweden to the States and being signed with Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Um, and basically, she was not even 21 when she came to the States, not knowing a word of English and starting all over again. Can you imagine the courage it took to do something like that? So, indeed, she was ambitious. Um, and very mercurial. She was a Virgo with a Gemini rising and Taurus moon. I happen to have a Gemini rising and Taurus moon, so I can see some of the similar personality traits in her that I can understand. Some people may call her complex, misunderstood, but when she got in front of that camera, the magic that happened, she was extremely private, but in front of the camera, her eyes alone showed and conveyed a truth that was totally mystifying, and her talent. Um, Other people, actors, tried hard to become a certain image, to become a personality. She didn't, on the other hand. She was very effortless, real, um, and honest. And I think that's what made her such a huge star. And, she fled Hollywood to move to New York City. Um, and she resided on 52nd Street here and between First and River. And I happened to live for a year on the same street across the street from the building she um, settled into for the last, I think, 40 years of her life. And I will say it was a very quiet, like private, reclusive street. Um, and she was known to be the hermit that walked around New York City, and there was always Garbo sightings here and there that would be mentioned in the press. But she really realized that the image that she created could never be replaced, and she wanted that to never be tarnished by her um, old age and not being popular anymore. So, in this video, I'm excited to talk about her favorite fragrance as well, which is a legendary perfume that I'm always talking about. And it happens to be my signature scent for over 20 years now. And so many other actresses favored and loved and adored this perfume, and it's not shocking and surprising, to say the least, when I discovered Greta Garbo's possessions. Um, auctioned at Julian's auction, and you can Google her items and find them. And she loved and adored, according to her estate family, her family that were selling the estate, her fragrance of choice was none other than the legend, the one and only Arpège by the House of Lanvin. Now, I'm sure so many people are tired of hearing about this fragrance, but it goes to show you how good this perfume is. It's an aldehydic white floral fragrance that was released in 1927. And I would love to read for you from the Scent and Subversion book by Barbara Herman. This is probably my favorite book on vintage fragrance, and she has every fragrance in this book, the years and great descriptions of each one. And I'm going to share with you her description of Arpège to give you a different take, which I totally agree with. And it says, the perfume noses are Andre Frais and Paul Vacher. Arpège is a sensual beauty, slightly corrupted at the end of the night of dining and dancing in stilettos, silk, and furs. The flowers are wilting on the table, sitting next to the fur coat that has absorbed the post-dinner cigarette smoke. This peach-led floral is enriched and fattened and rounded by ambroin, the primary molecule of ambergris, and its contrast of fresh peach with the erotic base make Arpège a classic vintage fragrance that nods both to the good girl and the bad girl. That's exactly the perfect way I would describe Arpège. The notes are, top notes are bergamot, neroli, aldehydes, peach, and you definitely get the peach in the aldehydes. These aldehydes are warm, honeyed, not cold, like Chanel No. 5, which this fragrance has been compared to many times. But like I said, more of a warm, fuzzy feeling than a cool, sparkly. At the heart notes, we have rose, jasmine, lily of the valley, and ylang ylang. And at the base, there's sandalwood, vetiver, musk, and of course, that ambroin that really stands out at the base when you wear Arpège. This is sensual, erotic, beautiful, just like the actress herself. And this was considered at the time, I think in the 50s, the most famous perfume, and I can see why. It's definitely iconic, legendary, and as the phrase would go, promise me anything or promise her anything, but give her Arpège. And with that note, I would like to close. I dedicate this video to all of Greta Garbo's fans out there and to the divine Greta Garbo herself. I will see you guys in my next video to come very soon. Thank you and bye-bye.